don't know if you can see that, but that's...
I told Jella to come here to bring Unete because you like it.
I do. Not in the morning. Too early. It's me again. We're out and about once again. I know, same shirt. Didn't video anything yesterday. Well, I take that back. I did a little bit over at a luncheon we were invited at my Uncle Fredo and Aunt City at their home at Zen, the community down the road, way down the road. It's the same community that my sister actually has a hand in as far as selling. Tried to sell a unit to me. It was tempting, but I just don't have the money. And it would not be worth the effort. His beautiful wife, although she loves her hometown, does not want to live back here anymore because of the heat, the bugs, anything you can think of, she hates. So today we're just going to go on a relatively short walkabout because I went on a long one yesterday. It wasn't intended that way, but it wound up being very, very freaking long. Another busy day. Today's a holiday of some sort. I don't know what it is, but that's why you see a lot of people just out and about. We're heading down this street, which goes right past my favorite restaurant again, and eventually leads to a place called the Divergence, which is more or less a semi-new, I guess you could say, highway system. It's the same one I walked on yesterday. By chance, really. I took a different direction, came on the opposite end of this place, and it was a bit of a stroll. Came across my cousin-in-law, June Permelino, who was participating in a half marathon that was occurring, that ended up at that Divergent Road. We talked for a bit. I spoke with his friend who was the organizer of the event. His name is Will. And it was great. And in the end, he gifted me one of the shirts normally given to a participant who finishes the race. I told him, you know, I don't deserve this, and he said, no, you take it. So I said, thanks. And it's actually a nice shirt. Some sort of physical activity here. I'm not sure if this is a club or part of the municipality. Let's see. Ah, okay. They have something to do with the mayor based on the t-shirt. So we're going to head down this road for a bit until we get to that, I guess, fairground, and then turn around back again. Because got another long day again. Beautiful wife's going to have her face done. I guess she's having a facial. Taking full advantage of the price point here for doing the things that we would normally play, or play. Rather, we would normally pay a lot more for back home. She had some dental work done with her good friend who happens to be a dentist, trained in New York, but has a business here. And once again, she performed another miracle at a substantially lesser cost. Her name is Myra Kavita. She's got a great practice here. This is one of the first bake shops I was introduced to. But there are many in this town. And for whatever reason, we don't come here anymore for any baked goods. And right across from there is the Royal Star Appliance Store, where we got Mom's new washing machine. It's a bit of a stroll, but it's not as bad as it looks. And some of these spots I'm about to show you have popped up in other vlogs prior. It's a good day. Not too hot as always in the morning. I think I left the house at about 7:45 this morning. Bit of a late start time, but that's okay. I'm on vacation. It doesn't matter when I start. As long as I get back in the bird on the 8th at 11 p.m. at Terminal 1. at Ninoy Aquino International Airport in Manila. Now this place used to be a club of some sort back in its earlier days. Unfortunately, it's up for sale. I'm not sure if COVID had something to do with that, but it's a multi-level place. I always wanted to go in here when it was in its heyday. For whatever reason, we never made it in. Sad. Believe you me, there's no place like this little town, as far as I know, that has so many eateries everywhere. As long as you've got PETA, or money as it is, that's the Tagalog version of money. Not the currency itself, but the literal translation. You'll never starve to death. And the food is awesome as always. Oh, if there was just a way I could explain how good it not only smells but tastes. This place loves the dogs. They like cats too, but dogs is the primary pet of choice here. And of course you need some place to take them in case they get sick or need some sort of help with whatever issue they might encounter. This fairground's a lot closer than I thought. Maybe just a bad judge of distance. I know I'm a bad judge of navigation. Don't ask me how to get someplace. I rely heavily on GPS. That is how they collect garbage here in this town. They have a truck with usually 1 or 2 guys in the actual bin, while several others are on the ground picking up and tossing garbage up to them. And they're not only taking it in, they're actually trying to separate the recyclables from everything else. And as you can hear, the music pretty much lets you know that they're coming your way, so you want to have your stuff outside before they show up. And we have arrived. This apparently is a permanent fairground area. We pass by this place quite often on the way to or from other venues. And there's that infamous Ferris wheel. Infamous to me only because it doesn't look structurally sound, at least not for adults. And I question whether or not I should put kids in there. But it still exists. I never actually saw anybody ride this thing yet. But then again, it might be about timing. Here's a closer shot of the wheel, Ferris wheel. The operator chair here, leading towards the main structure. It's kind of bright out today. Yeah, it doesn't look safe. And here's what's considered the bypass road. Now, I didn't come in from this end yesterday. I actually came in through this end, which is where we were earlier in our staycation, when my brother, sisters, beautiful wife, my brother's kids, we all took a stroll / jog up this particular way. And again, yesterday was that half marathon ordeal where I met up with another cousin who gifted me that shirt. We're gonna head up here just for a bit. There's always some sort of construction going on no matter where you walk to, as you might have already seen in previous vlogs. I guess they're working on fiber. They're actually trying to install some fiber for data to make the world smaller again with the internet. Kudos for their efforts. I wish they had 5G, not DRE, which also makes life a little easier, especially if you have a cell phone. A lot of open spaces, and with it, a lot of dogs. I'm not sure what this is. Could be an eatery. They got tables up top of this bus here. But it's right at the beginning of this bypass area. In fact, I believe this was the actual... No, I take that back. It's further up the road, but the runners are actually running in this direction. This way, that is. Towards the finish line for the half marathon, which was right about where that house is, past the bridge. And speaking of bridge, this is one of many through this byway that crosses over the natural rivers that abound, sourcing water from the great Mount Banahao off in the distance. Of course, the stream coming downrange from any of these particular streams have been diverted to take care of agriculture. Not sure what they're growing here, but there's a lot of it. Same just on top of that hill, just off in the distance. Green, green, green. Can't say that enough. And habitats. This place is so green, in fact, that everything grows anywhere again. Hey, look at this. Coming right out of the cement. Amazing. There's that house again where this gal I sometimes see is out here with her rollerblades, putting down cones for obstacle courses. Amazing. There's the beginnings of a soon-to-be ripe papaya. Here just on the roadside of the bypass, where there's a string of these trees getting ready to be cultivated for one of my favorite fruits. I think we're going to turn around now. It's getting a bit warm. I don't want to stay out too late this time. Again, I had taken the trek all the way from that end this way. And that was a long haul. A lot longer than I had anticipated doing yesterday. But I had to burn off quite a bit of beer. Something I don't often drink. In fact, I rarely drink beer. Not my preferred choice of beverage. But peer pressure, once again, arose courtesy of brothers who were at the mom's house a few nights ago. And that continued on to Fredo's party yesterday. Well, not as bad as mom's house. A lot of happy times, but you pay a severe price in the morning. I think today's agenda involves the wife having her facial done at 10 this morning, followed by yet another luncheon date with good friends at around noonish, and then we'll sort of just play it by ear thereafter. See how long the luncheon date takes up. And yes, I will be vlogging that as well, because I love food. Now, if you were to continue on down this pathway, you would eventually find yourself at that buffet place that we were invited to by a good friend of ours, Josephine, a couple days ago. Absolutely delicious. But it is next to a farm. And again, with farm comes flies. So be prepared to swish away flies for the majority of your meal. Food, once again, delish. Here we go, making our way back home to Lucban proper. Oh, a rare sight. This is a jeepney, another form of transportation. These vehicles are the mainstay for long distance travel here in the Philippines. Still are, but now they have air conditioning buses. Progress. Progress is slow but sure to come here. One less pan of the area to include the fairground. Busy, busy, busy. There's a lot of biker enthusiasts here. My eldest daughter rides a bike and she would love it here. In fact, she texted me not too long ago and asked, after I asked her, when are you going to come here? Because everyone in the family's been asking. She says, when I do get here, I'm going to rent a bike and ride around and seem like fun. See some enthusiasts off in the distance here. One of many. There, once this car passed. It's a classic example of The traditional pancit hub hub, served on a banana leaf with no utensils. You simply bend your head forward, suck up the noodles. It's delish. It's not just Pinoy food. There are other influences in the town that are making its way in. Japanese, Chinese, of course, Korean. I do miss my ramen. Can't wait to get back home and have me a bowl. I walked past this place earlier en route to the bypass, and the line was long then, and it's still pretty long. They sell baked products. Lovely. Right next door, a mini mart, and then further up the road, a bit more venues, as well as behind me. It's not just food and other things to buy, they also have child care areas here. Probably not too busy today because it is a holiday, so everybody's pretty much staying at home. They don't have an agenda like we do. More fiber. This multi-lever structure is the home of the Blueses, who own that beautiful chain of restaurants, of whom its original is just up the road from here. It's one of the few, if not the only building that has its own elevator. Actually, they have another elevated building where it's called the commissary. It's across the street from where they process all their meats for distribution throughout the other franchises. Well, I shouldn't say franchises, they own everything. But yeah. They're not open for business yet. But when they are, it's going to be packed and delicious. Never get around to using an ATM. I fear my card will probably be getting eaten up, because I don't believe it is compatible with these machines here. And of course, this is next to the municipality building. Well, just about home to Mom's house. Gonna grab me some bonite, which is that heavenly treat from the bake shop. My sister-in-law, on the way in, brought some with. Throw some almond milk on top of that, and then get ready for the rest of the day. Here's that milk I can't wait to add to my bonite. If you can hear me, that is. Okay, we're off to another adventure in cosmetic facials. First, we got to get on one of my favorite modes of transportation. Bit of a tongue slip. On the hunt for one of these. He's occupied.
Occupied?
Nope. Oh, okay. Here it is.
Sa may apoy, sa bayuhan. Magaling niya.
My belly. Yeah. Tight fit. Off we go. Well, it's got plenty of headroom. Me, not so much. Gonna have a sore neck by the time we get done here. Traffic jam on National Heroes Day, or at least the Township Heroes Day big holiday. I can't speak today. Petrol smells amazing. Of course, it doesn't help when you got a trike in front of you either. Now we're moving. he goes.
Oo nga, kasi nga, may doon sila.
Charms Beauty Clinic.
Ate Banuji, at parang... So,
Almost looks like she's going into surgery.
hold on. Abay, ako yung ilang. Kasi baka ako yung... Ako lang po. Bawal pa sa akin mag-makeup. Ba, ngayon...
Ran a long session just to do something with the face. But this is the end result. Looks the same to me.
Dito ko na try
Uh-oh.
Saan ikaw galing?
sa baba.
Yung bahay mo?
Well, look who's here.
Sa baba.
Kung ano?
It's my barber.
Well. Oy, oy.
What a coincidence.
Tope.
Kakahiya.
No, no.
Wow.
Good. Saan galing?
Nagpa-facial.
Ha?
Nagpa-facial ako.
Okay. Ayos naman, okay naman.
Tingnan mo, ayos naman ako. Alin? Wow. Ang alin?
Uwi, saan yung lugar? Wala pa? Amerika?
8.
Ah, 8. Oo.
Kami sa...
Oo nga.
This was getting a little bit more headspace. Not much.
Tandaan. Saan ka ba galing?
Sa baba, nagpakain ako ng yun.
Layo naman.
Ako pa kayo, malayo na. Dahil
It's a bumpy ride. But
Ala ko
fun.
si Sheila. Oh.
No, come on now.
babay ka.
Oh, come on now.
Lagi nung ganun na. Sabi na rin na yan, bali ay.
You've been good.
Always pay.
Salamat po. Ah, you good, buddy. Oh, we have to pay. Salamat.
Bali ay.
Remember him, that's the barber guy.
Same, nasaktan ako.
We're prepping to see an old friend who's celebrating his birthday. And we're bringing a box of this. Tangerines. And we're off again. This is probably going to get flagged for copyright, but that's alright. Heading to Greenville. See our old friend Lito as he grows another year older. That's why I mentioned that this ride is much smoother, easy on the body. Much appreciated. It's that time again. We're back on Greenville on Sunflower Street to celebrate the birthday of this fella. One in the leopard pajamas. What an interesting landscape. There's Ron working on air conditioning. And the rest of the gang. Wife, there's Lito, front porch shot. Would you look at the spread here? I don't want to open these guys yet, but I'm sure it's going to be great. But look at some of the finger stuff. Ooh. This is the envy of anybody over in Vegas. Ooh, deviled eggs. Garlic, bacon, and cheese bread. More finger foods. Chips and salsa. Sushi. Sliders. Oh, I know what this is. Oh, yeah. Succulent. I almost missed this. That represents his new vehicle. He likes them big. That looks better than I thought it would.
Sinuntang model yan.
Music to my ears. Keep going. Oh, looky. So much for diet. Oh, look at that. And it begins. The feast for Lito. There he is. Lito Bonova. Oh. And where we go? Yum. Oh, look at that.
Nagpa-picture pa kay Doc kasama ako.
Really don't know where to start. I mean, there's so much food.
Sabi ng ang iba naman ng version sa akin, hindi raw yan ang aking tatabi.
Masarap.
Yeah, grade 7.
I've been told this is the best part of the succulent pig, right there. This might not be for everybody, but trust me, it's for me. Yum. Whilst everyone else is picking up the food that makes you full, I'm waiting for the food that makes you happy. This is what it looks like from this angle, and it still looks good. I'm so glad I didn't eat breakfast. Well, I did have bonite, but that doesn't count. Look at all that meat.
Kanina muna, ito na. Dito muna.
Teka, huwag mo yung sahig eh.